What's up, everybody? We are back. It is episode 3 of Inside the Rig, the team Unfiltered. It's your boy, Dave Drakes. And of course, you already know who I'm joined by. It is the premier rider on the Partzilla PRMX Blaster Products team. It's the one and only, your favorite privateer, Cade Clason.
What's up, Dave Lee? We're here. Let's do this.
We're doing good. Yep. Let's get this kicked off. We had
hang on.
Drum roll.
We can't start it off yet. We're gonna start with an apology.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
Our editing team messed up last week. Audio sucked on everyone's end, mostly Dave's mic for some reason. We blame Dave's mic.
It's just so weird because, we do our tests, we do our, our checks, our 1-2s, our, do, re, mi's, and...
Yeah, I mean, we did that this week too, and your mic didn't work.
Had to switch mics, dude. Pit stop right before we clicked, but
unbelievable.
Yeah, we are getting better, guys. So just bear with us.
We're trying.
Content.
We don't even know if this episode's going to be better or not. To be honest,
great, dude. I hope so.
Let's be honest.
We're gonna be getting better, but the content is still fire, dude. So I stand behind that. We still got some badass content. But dude, we had A1 2026. Phenomenal race. I don't care what class you looked at. I don't care if it was an LCQ or a heat race. So there were some fireworks in every single bout. Lots of cool topics, lots of cool things. But we're here to talk about Cade and his teammates on the PRMX team. Cade, just give me your quick 2 cents before we click over to Jack and get his 2 cents on his ride. But what were the thoughts around A1 2026?
A1 was wild. It always is. It's like all these dudes forget how to ride motorcycles around other people sometimes. Forget that there's other people on the track. I swear to God. But it was it's exciting. There's a lot going on out there, But it was a good weekend for the team. Mitchell rode good, made the main. Anthony made the main, got cleaned out by Deegan. Imagine that. I sucked. I didn't suck. I wasn't great.
You didn't suck, dude. Yeah, you looked
I wasn't great. Jack, we're going to hear about Jack. Jack's night was a roller coaster. Insane. It was a lot. It was a lot of emotions, but the team was sick, dude. Our new rig is really nice. We have 2 recliners in the lounge, so 3 people can lay down at one time, recliner couch.
Feeling a little bit factory. I'm not gonna.
Oh well, there's another couch in the back, so we can literally all 3 lay down at the same time. It's sick. And we have how many TVs do you think we got, Dave?
Oh, if you would have said 1, I would have been pretty stoked.
How many do you think we got?
2? How many do you have?
5.
Oh my gosh, dude.
We have 5 TVs. There's 1 in the back, 1 in the middle of the rig, inside, and then 3 upstairs.
Oh my!
And for some reason, 1 remote turns on 2 TVs. No idea how that even works, but it does. You it's a whole thing. But
it's so crazy. It was people that aren't. If you're not privy to a lot of this stuff, new rigs, it's like Christmas.
Well, it's not new.
A newer rig to the team. Team. It's dude. If new to us, I'm still saying brand new. Brand new to us, at least. It's like Christmas, but it just lasts a lot longer. It's really cool to be able to upgrade and have the stuff that you need.
Until shit starts breaking.
Which it inevitably does when you have 30 guys working on the same rig. It happens.
Yeah.
But it's a good time. But dude, just as a spectator from this race, it was sick. Love the fact that you're increasing. The team's looking good. We're solid. But yeah, this week, Cade, we got Jack on.
Jack's here.
Guy on the team, young 250 guy, a lot of promise, and he lives really, really close. It's too close, I think, to the track, which is really cool. And he has some cool insights on that one, so I'm stoked to talk to him about that one tonight.
Yeah, Jack, he's cool. He spent a lot of time in Europe, racing over there, MXGPs. He's been with Zacho the longest. They're kind of like a married couple, to be honest with you. It's kind of weird how close they are.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a good kid. I think he's in his 3rd year of Supercross, maybe. So he's still a little green, but he's figuring it out. He's actually really fucking fast. Well, at least at his own house, he is. That's the only time I've ever rode with him. But if he could just be half of, Monday, Tuesday, Jack, that he is, at his house at the races, he'd be really good. So, but yeah, he's a good kid, and his team, the team doesn't live there. The team is based at his family's farm, where the tracks and everything are. So he gets a front row seat to that, and basically he's guaranteed a ride, I think, as long as he wants to, keep racing dirt bikes. So
that's a pretty nice little incentive right there.
Yeah, right, ain't it? So yeah, let's go grab him. Jack, we're here. How are we?
We're here.
Good. What about you?
Oh, I just got home. I had to go play pickleball with the wife, and the last game lasted a lot longer than it was supposed to.
Is that the Supercross secret, pickleball with the wife? Are we gonna see a lot of good things come from that?
It's obviously not the secret with how I rode this weekend, Dave. Thanks for bringing that back up. But here we are, I guess. So yeah, Jack. I said in the intro that the team's based out of Florida now. You've been on the team. This is your second year, right?
Second year, yeah.
How long have I had to deal with you? Yeah, a year and a half. The whole team's basically at your house or right across the street. Chase is there also.
Yep.
Is that a lot for you? Like, because how long have you lived there? Like
my whole life. Yeah. I've moved rooms inside of my house, but I'm still at the same house.
How long have you guys had the property with the track and stuff?
We've had that since I think 2019. We didn't have a track or anything on it. We had a turn track on it for a couple years, but we didn't have anything built really until 2021 when I was preparing for Supercross in 21 for 22 season. We had a Supercross track built, and that was the first thing out there. And then Chase came out and started training just at the Supercross pad underneath the pole barn. And then we started bringing in more dirt, and Chase said he wanted to build an outdoor track, and yeah, now we've got 2 Supercross pads and an outdoor track.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna like. It's I was thinking it had to be awkward for you, but I guess you didn't have it when you were a kid, so you've just slowly seen it progress. But I was thinking if you were a kid and you've had this your whole life, and now there's all these people there, and you're obviously getting pulled in all these different directions. Julian and the team want something to be this way, and then Chase obviously wants things to be his way, like we've heard everywhere. So, and then obviously your dad, the team leases all the equipment from your dad basically. So there's a lot of hands in the pot at the track. But when I come, dude, I have so much fun. I really do. I tell Sarah that all the time. That's my favorite part about coming is I don't have to drive anywhere when I'm there.
Yeah.
And I get an extra 3 hours to my day, which is
it is nice.
My favorite part.
Yeah,
and she yelled at me the other day.
From the actual track, is it that far?
Jack lives across the street. Sarah called me one day as I was pulling out the gate, and I was talking to her, and then I pulled up to Jack's house, and I'm like, all right, I got to go. She's like, you're not there yet. And I go, yeah, I am. I got to call Jack so I can get in the house. And she's like, why didn't you just walk? And I was it's
basically
that close.
Yeah, sometimes when I leave my house, I'm like, yeah, traffic was busy today. I had to wait for 3 cars to go before I could pull out of my driveway.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but the property,
all the guys live there.
Dream.
Yeah, the property never started out as somewhere that would be a facility, or that wasn't my dad's dream whenever he bought it. There's just a lot of properties going in the area, and it was just the right time. My dad was always looking for somewhere just to have real estate, and he got the property, and it was just an old froze out orange grove that they weren't really using anymore for fruits, and so he put an offer in on it, and yeah, we've had it ever since. And now neighborhoods are popping up around, and we've had offers, many offers that are probably stupid that he's turned down, but to buy it. And at some point we're going to have to leave because there's going to be neighbors complaining, even neighbors that move in after the property's already been established and built. But that's kind of just part of it.
Yeah, but the best part about it is the longer he waits, the more he's going to get for it.
Exactly. So, Yeah, I mean
So it's
he's
playing the
already
long
had
game right now, Jack.
yeah he's already had. I mean, I don't want to throw a number out there, but
Big offers.
4 times as much as he bought it for is what they're already offering him. So,
Well,
Wow.
yeah, the
So
area
Tony,
Orlando is
what
growing
was
towards us.
his?
Tampa is growing towards us. So it's becoming they used to call it Orlampa as a joke, and now it's literally that. Like it's
That's crazy.
yeah.
What was his initial goal with buying the facility though? You mentioned like he didn't really envision it to be like a facility, but in the back of your mind, back of his mind, did he kind of think like, hey, this might be a cool place to like throw a track
Yeah,
up or something?
I obviously always thought that like, oh, this would be sick, but he always told me no. Like before I even made a turn track down there, he was like, "Be careful where you make the turn track because if I get a right offer, I don't want them to see that we're riding dirt bikes out here." And I was just like, it doesn't really matter, like, does it? Like, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know what his vision was for it from the beginning. I think he just saw a useful piece of property that people are gonna want down the road. There's neighborhoods moving in. He's a smart man and was a good business decision. Obviously, not a good business decision to make it a dirt bike facility or any sort of facility with tracks, but he can always get his money back and more out of that property in the end. And it's also literally 2 minutes. I mean, my maps, when I get in my truck, it says to work and it says takes 5 minutes, but it doesn't take that long. So
My
that's
goodness.
actually
So
funny.
who were some of the first people that you had come down to the facility?
so I rode there alone until actually Zacho was one of the first people that came out and rode with me. Once we had a track there. Before that, it was literally a turn track field, grass, and I trained with Tim Berry at the time, and we always came to ride my track on the end of the week, Fridays, and then we would go to the lake afterwards. Like this is when I was in amateurs, and we would come ride my turn track. And a lot of time in the summer, it would rain too much. We couldn't ride anywhere else, and that track is old Orange Grove sand, so it's literally bottomless
Mm.
sand underneath. So it can rain a foot of solid rain, and you can still ride the sand like it's bottomless. So, um,
The sand
but yeah,
track is fun. And I don't even like sand. I'm not good in it. I don't like it. I don't even like the beach. But I did like their sand track. The sand track
yeah,
was kind of fun. I did enjoy it. But
yeah.
that's good. All right. Well, let's talk about our weekend, Jack.
I want
I
to get
won't
into
dig.
this for sure.
We don't have to dive too deep into it. Um,
Yes, we do.
you had a good off
We do.
season.
We gotta dive
Uh,
into it.
no, no. But you had a good off season. I came down every time I came down. It seemed like you grew up a little in their long motos. Like you've always had speed,
Mm.
but like uh leading up, I was there. What was it last week?
The week
2 weeks
before,
ago,
yeah,
and even when I was there a month ago, like your long motos seemed like they were going better, right,
for
than in
sure,
years past.
100%, yeah.
So
And this
do
weekend was
you
a
attribute a lot of that?
shock to me.
Yeah, but do you attribute a lot of that to like just growing up, or does you and Zach change something, or
Um, it's kind of both. Kind of growing up. I think last year was me just trying to push as much as I can to learn again Supercross. Having 2 years off of it, going to Europe, but I think yeah, it's a lot of Zach's consistency of the training and the certain days we do sprints, certain days we do longer motos, and kind of more the mental aspect of the bike rides and stuff like that makes you kind of more get into a zone when you're in the 15-minute motos, which is nothing compared to a 2 hour cycle, but 15 minutes on a supercross track going lap after lap after lap is it kind of gets mentally draining and obviously physically draining, but um yeah, I think growing up for sure, I realized that it's not all one at the practice track, and it doesn't really matter how fast I go for one single lap when Chase is 5 seconds a lap here or whatever difference in front of me. Like I can say what I want about going fast. It's about consistency, and the only thing that pays a check at the end of the weekend is the main event. So that kind of contradicts what happens this weekend, but
it's
whatever.
okay? No, I mean, look, your weekend didn't go great, but in all fairness, like it could have been a lot worse. So for those who
100%.
don't know, Jack crashed this weekend. It was a pretty gnarly one. He was laying on the track, not moving. for a little while. And you got up. Did you walk to the mule or did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they were trying
Uh,
to hold me, and I just like walked. They had a neck
yeah,
brace
yeah,
on me as I was walking, and I
yeah,
wasn't trying to argue with them and tell them to take it off because they're just doing their job. But
yeah. Arguing with them is like talking to a brick wall,
yeah,
dude. You
no,
might
Yeah,
as
they're
well
they're
just
not.
not
gonna do what they
listening.
want.
They're not
Yeah,
listening.
no.
Yeah.
So
But so then you went to the A Stars rig. You were in there for a while. I mean, you were in
yeah,
there from well before my practice to, I mean, I was done eating by the time you got back to the rig.
yeah.
So what was that whole scenario like? I've honestly, like, knock on wood, never had to go through that type of scenario and, do all that stuff.
Yeah, it was a kind of a first for me too. But yeah, from the track, they took me on the cart. Um, I was kind of more just staring, pissed, thinking, trying to remember what exactly happened. I remembered everything up until literally looking at the ground a couple inches from it, and then sitting up and then putting the neck brace on me. I remember walking to the cart and everything. They're asking me all kinds of questions, and I'm just like not responding and just looking straight and just like mad. What did I do wrong? What was there a tough block? Was it my fault? Was it, what was it? Finally get to the medical rig and get inside there, and they're like, what else is hurting? And I said my wrist a little bit. So they were x-raying my wrist. I barely remember them x-raying my wrist. Like everything's just kind of fuzzy. Then they are doing the finger in front of the eye, asking me what today is and where am I. um, all the checks, and they said that whenever they did the eye test, my eyes were kind of skipping, which means that there's some sort of stigmatism or some sort of word that goes along with that word. He said, big word, um, and said, "Well, we're gonna let you sit for 45 minutes and then reevaluate you to see, how bad it is." So I've never had that before with a concussion that they let you sit and then check it again. It's normally, yeah, you were knocked out. Sorry, you're going home. So I was more like, I'm done. Like this is it. I don't even get to race. Um, so I sat there and started to feel a lot better. Started remembering like everything that happened, how it happened before they showed me the video. Like I remembered where it was on the track. Everything started to come back. And then I started getting into a better mood. Didn't really have a headache. Come back in, check me out, and he's like, "Yeah, it look a lot better than the last time I was in here an hour ago. Um, I think it's safe for you to ride. We're gonna let you go out there and race. Obviously, qualifying's over, so if you've made the night show, you can race." I ended up 17th or 18th qualifying, and they said we're gonna black flag you off the track if we notice anything out of the ordinary and look like you're not stable or on the track. So I was like, why would you even let me go on the track in the first place? Like if you think that's gonna happen. But so yeah, Dr. G got me like a hydration mix thing to help with the concussion. I guess he calls it the concussion drink. And started to feel a bit better. Got some caffeine in me and went out for the heat race. But
Yeah, that's a lot. And I think they've
Yeah,
become a little more
scary.
lenient than they did in the past.
yeah.
Speaking from personal experience, one time I crashed in practice, hurt my knee. It was super swollen. Sarah told me I was like, I'm fine. I'm just gonna go race. And Sarah's like, no, go to the A Stars rig, have them tape it. And I was like, fine. And I got up there and they saw how swollen my knee was. And they're like, you're not racing. And I'm like, yeah, I am. And they didn't let me race. I went to staging like I was going to race after they told me no. And the
Wow.
staging guy came back and said, hey, you're not cleared to race. Like, you're not allowed. And I was livid. Safe to say I had a really fun night at Razzles, but that's
Oh
another story.
gosh, dude.
Uh,
Gross.
so
Gross.
yeah, but that's tough. Did you have to do the computer test and everything?
No, I thought they were gonna have me do that, but then again, like right there, like 100% I would have failed that test. Like there's no question like that. If they would have had me straight off the track in there and 20, 30 minutes later go on a computer and do that test, like I mean, I
Hmm.
don't think I don't say that there's a failing, but there I wouldn't have met my baseline. I don't think. or been within range that's clearable of my baseline.
I wonder what the range is.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Like,
thought
is
long
it
and
like
hard
all,
about it
like,
too.
yeah.
Before I went to go race and before I went to go out for the heat race, I was like, is it worth it? Like, am I
Yeah.
okay? Like, can I move right? Can I think right? So I
Mm.
did a couple bit of reaction stuff and moving and tried to. Obviously, you can't simulate racing without going and doing it with anything. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was the caffeine, the whatever I had to help just kind of stimulate my brain to get it back going. But yeah, I felt like I was fine going into the heat race, and then I had an issue with my clutch lever in the heat race, and that kind of sent me off the edge, and had to go to the
Yeah, that sucks.
LCQ,
Yeah, that
and
sucks.
yeah, mentally I was done at that point. So
Well, and I didn't know something happened to your clutch in the heat
yeah,
race.
yeah,
But I was like, so Mitchell and I had this conversation, obviously not with you,
yeah,
but like when he crashed in Denver last year, and I told him, I'm like, dude, like you are not good to race. Like I told him that in the pit because they were like debating it for a little bit. And then he decided he wasn't going to race. And it's a good thing he didn't race. He was still forgetting shit and loopy at like midnight when we got back to the house. Like he
What?
was, yeah, it was bad. Like it was really bad.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
that's scary.
and but like we were sitting in the rig and we were talking about that, and I was like, Jack's not like that. Like he's actually like he seems fine. Um, so
yeah,
that's why neither of us said anything to you because I told Mitchell, I'm like, Mitch, I'm here by myself. Like, do not let other people sway my decision. If I don't seem okay, tell me that
yeah,
because
Mm.
yeah,
I don't need to go out there and I hope you know that I probably would have said something
yeah. Fair.
had I
I
been
would
like,
hope you would.
you know, because there's obviously people that are like, no, you should race,
Well,
and they
you
have
only get one
outside,
of these
yeah,
brains. Like you,
and you can't fix it.
yeah, exactly.
So, and like I said, there's people with outside motives sometimes that they have to look out for both investments, the rider and the team. So I get it from everyone's standpoint.
Yep.
So yeah, the heat race didn't go great. Then the LCQ, and I was sitting on the gate watching the LCQ, and you did not. You looked like old Jack
Sloppy.
in the
Yeah.
LCQ, sloppy,
Lazy.
lot of mistakes. You were skimming the whoops. Like I
Half
don't know
speed.
what you were doing in the whoops.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe quarter
Yeah, I
speed.
don't
Do
know.
we have a
Yeah.
25% button on our
Yeah,
mapping
that
these
was
days?
that was
Jack was
not
stuck
even
in the start
Stu's
map.
sight lap.
Starting man.
Yeah. So
Is
that
does
was a
the crash
struggle.
kind of do those crashes kind of play in the back of your mind when you go back out there, like for Heat One and for the LCQ? Like, did that kind of, I don't know, like jostle you a little bit or give you some sort of trepidation when you were out there for those other rides?
It yeah. It actually kind of affected me more in the heat race. Because so they changed the bars and the levers and everything. And
Mm-hmm.
I think what happened, I don't want to put complete blame on my mechanic. Obviously he's the one working on the bike. Um, but the lever adjuster to adjust the play further out or further in, it's a hydraulic clutch. Um, it wasn't completely tight, so I think it vibrated loose. And you can put the
Mm-hmm.
lever further out or further in. And he set it at the right distance, but I think he was waiting for me to check the distance and then say, hey, a little bit further out, a little bit further in, and then lock it
Mm-hmm.
down. What I felt it was like, yeah, everything feels really good. Like we're good to go. He must have not completely tightened it down. So I did the start in the heat race, and actually I told Anthony after my teammate, he was right to the right of me. He got just a tiny bit better jump than me. We were bar to bar, and I had to let off just a tiny bit before him. Well, then I got back on to follow him, and he let off way earlier than I expected. So I almost ran into him, and he had like an almost 6 foot wide gap, like opening to where he could have
Mm-hmm.
pushed it in there deeper. I was thinking we're gonna come out like second and third. I was like, yes, like let's go.
Yeah.
Like we're coming out like
Yeah.
nice. And then we come around the first, like almost right up to the edge of the crest of the berm, and
Mm-hmm.
he just keeps slowing down, and I'm like, oh, like I have enough time in my head. I'm like thinking, like, come on, go, like
Yeah.
further, further. he just didn't run it as deep as I maybe would have or thought we should have gone. So we come around the second corner, and I think I'm in 8th or 9th, which is not terrible. And like I wasn't worried, wasn't like flustered. Like I was like, all right, like just keep going, keep going. And I came around the next lap, and I on literally the same exact jump that I crashed on, I brake tapped, same thing again, pulled the clutch in, didn't hit neutral obviously, but the bike stalled because when I pulled the clutch in and let it release back out, the clutch wasn't there, and it went boo, stalled, restarted on the landing, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like what is happening right now? Like, and just before that, me and Ryder D had hit together. He hit me from the left side, so the slave cylinder's on the left side, and I'm thinking like, there's got to be like he must have busted the slave cylinders. The lines busted, the oil's pouring everywhere. Like just thinking the worst, I guess at that point, like what could be wrong. And then I noticed my clutch lever's all the way in, and I'm like trying to use it, trying to like whoa, come up to the whoops. I'm in 3rd gear in the corner, shift to 4th. I've got no clutch, and when I pull the clutch in, it's like it like stalls out, like the rear brake is like locking up, and I'm like, holy crap! And then I stall it at the end of the whoops. Now I'm in like 12th, 13th place. I go to make a pass on the guy that was in like 10th, 11th, or 12th, around there. In the finish line corner, I guess completely forget that obviously my clutch is still gone, trying to make a pass, like just like normal, just like right back to racing. And below the corner, out the left side of the finish line face, or completely around the face, didn't like around the tower and everything, go up the landing. And at that moment, I thought, they're going to black flag me. Like, they think that right now, I'm like completely incompetent. Like, I cannot race. Like, this is a problem. He's dangerous. Like, but I was completely fine mentally. I was just having an issue with my clutch, and I could not ride normally. And I was just like, oh my God, they're going to black flag me. Like, I cannot believe this right now. Like, this is going to happen. So my mechanic's screaming, like, telling me to go. Like, what are you doing basically at the time? And I'm like going down the mechanics area lane, like slapping my clutch like this, like wide open. Like, I can't do anything. Like, the clutch is not working. Like, at the time, I still didn't really realize that it was just the adjuster. So as soon as I come across the finish line, at this time, I just was riding without my finger on the clutch at all. But it was so far in that when I gripped, the lever was actually touching my hand. So when I was on the bar, it was actually so far in that it was on my top of my fingers as I was on the bar. So it was like, I just wanted to reach out there and hold it. Every time I would grab it, it would stall the bike down. So like so much going through my head. So to be honest, I think I was fine with the concussion part of everything because I had so much going on in my head to like be able to figure all that out. And looking back on it now, had I been a little bit like smarter or a little bit quicker, I could have just reached and maybe adjusted it back out quicker, or if there was a bigger adjustment on it, maybe adjusted it back out and then passed some guys.
That's the worst part about our levers is if that nut comes loose, that exact thing happens.
Yeah,
like our levers are nice.
How often are you guys adjusting your clutches throughout your motos?
No, you're not.
None.
Like
not on hydraulic.
Yeah, we can't. But like what it is, obviously we have a lever and it's a hydraulic system, but it has an adjustment pin. So you can set the lever different distances from the bar. So, and that's the nut that came loose. So then it obviously ran itself all the way in, and so it was too far in. So then he wasn't able to pull the clutch to the point of engagement, basically, is what he's saying.
Yep.
So, and I have that problem. So I had a similar issue in the LCQ. When my clutch gets hot, the line on the 450 like expands when it gets too hot, and it creates like a softness to it. And when I warmed my clutch up on the gate before the LCQ start, and then I did my start, I go into the first turn, clutch is too hot, clutch don't work. Nearly stalled my bike going into the first turn in the LCQ. I mean, that was my own fault. Normally I run a steel braided clutch line for this exact reason, and they hadn't put one on my race bike yet, and shit happens. So
How do you guys take all of that panic that you have? So for example, Jack, you're going down like straight, so you're going through the rhythms and you're having a really hard time with finding that engagement. Your bike's just messing up and you're second guessing yourself. Like, how do you reset in your mind to like not let that bug you or screw you up and cause another crash or cause like a even worse moto? How do you put that outside of your mental space? Because if that was me, dude, I'd be crying in my helmet. I would be crying. I'd be pulling off. I'd be
I
going,
don't I don't
I'd
cry.
be crying to Cade or something, dude. I'd
I
be
just
screaming.
get mad and
Mhm.
Yeah.
just cuss out my mechanic and my helmet. One day, my bike broke in a moto at Jack's, and I was so mad that I jumped the end of a rhythm section off the track into the fucking grass and just went straight back to the shop and fixed my bike myself and went back out of the track.
Oh my gosh.
That's
I
a
was
Cade
so
thing to do.
mad. Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
I mean, for me, like, it's hard. It's hard to be able to like adapt to something and just like keep going because it's such a short
Mhm.
race. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
but like I grew up racing off road and like GNCCs and enduro stuff.
Mhm.
And one story my dad loves to tell is when I was on 65s, there was a like the chain guide, like the rear chain guide would
Mhm.
hit a root on the back left, obviously, and derail the chain.
Yeah.
And at 8, 10 years old, however, whatever the age was, I was riding a 65 at the time. Many kids would just sit there and, oh, my chain's off. Like, I have no clue what to do. But I knew how to
Mhm.
put a chain back on.
Mhm.
It's just that the chain guide would derail the chain and it would be bent. So my dad taught me. He laid the bike over in the garage one day and was like,
Mhm.
look, if this ever happens, get on the side of the tire, put your feet on the tire, put your hands underneath the derailer or the chain
Mhm.
guide, and
Mhm.
just bend it back, put the chain on like I've taught you, and roll it forward. And like, so there's just things like that that I grew up doing and adjusting to and being able to adapt. Like, so for instance, that next race that I went to, it derailed. I've got a GoPro on my head. This is how my dad knows the story. I've got a GoPro on my head. Come around the corner, bang, chain derails. Hop off the bike. Oh, yeah, it's the chain. Look down, lay the bike on its side. Like, all this is on GoPro. I look at the chain guide. I bend down, put my hand underneath it, stand on the tire. You can hear me like grunting to like pull the chain guide back, and I'm like grabbing on
Yeah.
it, get it
Uh-huh.
straight, put the chain on, roll it forward. I'm like, huh, it worked. Like in the GoPro, you can hear me say that. I'm like 8, 10 years old, however old.
Yeah.
My dad's like, that's my dad's favorite story of me racing as a kid. But yeah, things like that, I guess, um, to relate to Supercross, you don't have that time. So it's like everything is
Yeah.
just so quick. Like so, whenever I pulled my clutch in over that rhythm, and I realized my bike
Mhm.
died on literally the same exact jump, freaked out for like a second. But you don't have time to freak out and worry about it. You have to keep going because there's money on
Yeah.
the line to get into the main
Yes.
event. So keep racing. So yeah, that's when I was just like, screw it, I'm just not going to use the clutch and put my hand on the bar. And then I was like, oh, well, the lever's touching my bar. So yeah, it's just so many things can happen. And I'm sure many other people this very weekend had things that they could sit here and talk about went wrong for them and how they had to adapt. Um, but everybody, whether it's a bike problem or an injury, everybody's always going to be dealing with something or something goes wrong in their way
Yeah.
versus somebody else.
How does the team handle it when something like that happens for both of you guys, I guess? Like does the mechanic kind of beat themselves up? Does Julian come down and like have like a debrief with you guys? Like what's that look like from a team perspective?
Uh, yeah, it just depends on what breaks or like
Okay.
what, because like sometimes like Mitchell had a shock issue a couple weeks ago, and they're like, "Oh, your shock's fine," and then they figured out what it was because it's not like something you can visually see that's
Yeah.
broken.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like Jack coming back to the rig, it's like, dude, look at my clutch lever, like it's all the way in. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? Like you can obviously see it. And like the issue that I have with my clutch, they can't see, they can't feel it. Like it's all feel. So it depends on the issue. Usually it's a little bit of back and forth debating. Sometimes we argue a little bit,
Hmm.
and then sometimes we make some changes. It just depends on what's breaking, what we're working on, and who's in a good and who's in a bad mood.
Yeah,
Jack?
pretty much. I mean, I think that like I was more worried about getting mad at my mechanic this weekend. It was his first race, obviously A1. Like I'm sure he's been to Supercross races before, but his first race as a mechanic, first race as a Supercross mechanic, like he's new. He's a good guy. He's a good mechanic. I trust him. And shit happens. Like I said, like how I explained it. I could have explained it completely different and been like, he forgot to tighten it. But I was like, I get it. He changed it. He wasn't sure if I was going to race. I said I was going to race. Yeah. He set it up to how I thought I was going to have it. He was waiting for me to check it, and I was probably going to move it like I normally do. But I got on it, and I was like, oh, it's perfect. Like, feels fine. So he thought, oh, I've already tightened it. Then when I came off, I was like, bro, my clutch lever, it was all the way in. Like, I immediately, like, I got mad at him because obviously I'd just come off the track. I was pissed I didn't make the main from the heat. Should have not got really any worse than 8th in that heat race. But, yeah, I came off and I was like, dude, my clutch lever, you didn't tighten it. And he was like, I swear I tightened it. And I was like, it's loose. Like, no, you didn't. Like, it came loose. Like, so then I was like, look, whether you tightened it or not, doesn't matter. You can't change it now. We're going to have to go to the LCQ. Just put Loctite or super glue on that thing for the LCQ so it does not happen again. So, but yeah, it's just how you deal with things. Like, I could have completely gotten pissed and complained to Julian, and it wouldn't have done me any good, though. So,
yeah. But I don't think, like, I mean, I yelled at Steven one day when I was down there. I mean, you guys didn't hear it because I waited until it was just him and I because I was frustrated. And it wasn't really a yelling, as more as like a stern talking to. But like, honestly, like you have to do that sometimes when stuff goes wrong. Like, I don't know if that's the first issue you've ever had, but you know, after a point, it's like, okay, what are we doing wrong? Because they're going to remember, like, I'm sure you remember some of the times you've gotten yelled at by your parents. And I bet there's plenty of times that you did some stupid shit that you didn't get yelled at for, that you don't remember because you didn't get yelled at for it. So it's like, whatever, just, brush it off. So, I mean, I do my best. With age, I've done my best to, when I am going to lose my mind, to do it nicely. Because when I just absolutely come unglued, it's not good for anybody. And it has happened plenty of times. Gosh. I found out recently that Craig and Joe used to have like a running bet sometimes when they'd come back to the rig of where my helmet would be. Like on the radio, they were like, where do you think his helmet's going to be when we get back? You think it's going to be on the table, or you think it's going to be just thrown somewhere in the pit? Like, because my anger in the past a little high.
Goodness.
Oh god, I haven't seen that, Cade.
Is that pretty?
Yeah, it's because it's gotten a lot better.
For a racer, is it pretty average, or is that just a Cade thing?
I think it just depends on the person. Some people just want it more, and I want it, and I used to just,
Because the only thing I can remember, so you're like the only other person that I've ever heard like even had a stern talking to with their mechanic. But I do remember I saw Pike like yelling at, it might not even been his mechanic, might have just been yelling because he was pissed about something. But I saw Pike yelling one time, and that's pretty much it.
Oh, dude. I mean, you could ask my old mechanic Joe. Like, we've had some discussions before.
Dude, you know what? Joe can do no wrong, so that's on you. I don't know. I just feel like Joe can do no wrong.
No, it's fine. But like, I'm never gonna be the guy that just sits there and like lets something I think is wrong just keep being wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna open my mouth, and it's gotten me in trouble plenty of times. But at the same time, like, it's also made things better in a lot of situations. So, whatever. Screw it. I'm just gonna keep digging.
And at your level, I don't think you should let like certain things slide, especially when it comes to safety or something that can tamper or hinder your performance. Like you guys, the amount of stuff that you guys put in, it's you want your hard work to not be derailed by something super small like a mechanical on something that could have been easily fixed or set or adjusted, whatever, what have you. So I understand. I definitely understand that portion.
Well, and it's like Joe used to yell at me, like Steven's my new guy. We haven't been together long enough, but like Joe's probably my longest mechanic I ever had. And like if I rode like shit, trust me, he was letting me know.
Yeah.
I mean, he'd do that. We had a 5 minute rule after the races, but like he would yell at me if I sucked because I was doing something bad at my job. My job is to ride the motorcycle. And if I sucked, he would tell me. And respectfully, if you do something wrong in your job, and I'm going to say something.
Yeah.
Like it's fine. I don't hate you for it. Shit happens. But we got to try to be better.
100%.
So, and like you said, dude, Will's a cool kid. How old's Will?
He's younger than me. I think he's like 20, 21.
Yeah. We've got a few new mechanics. They're actually all new except Steven. But like I think the cool thing for them is they got to spend a whole bunch of time at the track with you guys in Florida, kind of learning the ropes and like being with you guys. I've had so many mechanics where A1 was the first day I've ever worked with them, and that's stressful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's cool. Like they're getting race experience. They're getting to be there. I mean, dude, Julian isn't gonna want to hear this, but like our team is an amazing stepping stone to some of these factory teams. Andrew went to pro circuit this year. I think
HEP.
No, he's not. He's at MX.
Oh wait, no. Sorry. He went to HEP.
He went to HEP.
MX6.
Now he's at 6, but he's like, he's working with Ollie at MX6 and stuff. So I don't think that's a step up. I think HEP might have been a step up.
No, I'm saying, just like he literally walked into a factory team from you guys.
Yeah.
Like, Joe
and
I did a stream about that too at one point. It's like, you're absolutely right, dude. Like PRMX really teaches you a lot of stuff that you need to know to like get to that,
And now it's not even like everything we have, like, I mean, okay, that's a stretch. We have a lot of similarities to a factory style team. Like,
I would agree.
I'm going to tell, I'll be straight. Pay's not as good. Travel's not as good. Parts aren't as good. Everything else is pretty much the same. Like, we don't have as many new parts as they do, but like, you're going to do the same stuff with us that you would do at factory Honda. And if you do a good job for a year working for us and then you go give them a resume, guess what? Their mechanics are moving up and they're going to need new guys too. And like, that's what I don't get. Sometimes these dudes quit after like a couple weeks because they're like, this is too hard. I wanted to work for, way more money and a way better, like all this stuff. And I'm just like, dude, like, I don't think you understand the grind. And our mechanics before, like basically the whole second half of December, early January, they were grinding, like loading the semi, working on bikes till midnight. Like they were in the suck for sure. So,
but then comes race time, and it's actually not. It sucks for travel and the bike builds on the weekends, but like we ride once or twice during the week and press day, so it kind of eases up. Like, but the off season is the hardest, I think. We're constantly riding, and they're constantly trying to get stuff ready to go racing.
Yeah. So they got to work on, especially for you guys. Like your guy has to do all your practice stuff. He has to build your race bike. He's got to worry about loading the semi. He's got to worry about his space in the semi. There's so much crap. And then, like you said, race time comes and everything gets easier. Our training, kind of starts to drop off, get easier. Their workload goes down. The thing that's the most tiring for all of us is sitting in the stupid ass airports.
Yeah. We should get a private jet.
Dude, let's just get a PJ, dude.
Yeah, split it.
That's what we got to do. So, all right. Well, so what's on the docket this week? Are we straight back into it, or what's Sacco got you doing this week then?
So today I did an hour 15 cycle, just zone 2. Tomorrow I've got probably another cycle and some gym, and I'm only gonna ride Wednesday this week just to give my body a little bit more rest after taking a nap on the track this weekend. I did race Saturday night, but I still need to kind of treat it like I have a concussion. Do the right things and recover, I guess, an extra 24 hours versus.
Have you slept good?
Yeah, I slept good last night. Slept good Saturday night.
Didn't you? I think you just hit your head pretty hard. I mean, dude, I'll tell you what. That day I crashed at your house or at the farm, I for sure had a mild concussion.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like I probably shouldn't have rode the next day. And I said that to Sarah.
What's
but
worse, mountain bike concussions or moto concussions?
What's the difference? Probably mountain bike because you got to
I say
walk.
Mountain bike, 100% mountain bike because then you have to
Well, mostly just because you got to figure out how to get out.
Yeah,
dude, I can imagine that.
Every time, dude, I've had the worst migraines after mountain bike concussions, and then I have to do the walk of shame with my freaking wheels all tacoed underneath the freaking ski lift, and everyone's like, "Hey, it's okay, buddy. You'll get him next time." I'm like, that makes it worse, dude. Don't say that,
buddy.
Yeah, I don't like that. Don't say that, dude.
Jack, has Zach ever told you the story of when he left his bicycle in the woods when he crashed his mountain bike at club?
No.
So we built mountain bike trails at club. It was like, I don't know, it was probably like maybe a 10-minute loop, but it was fun because you could just, you could do it. And there was like this little, dude, it couldn't have been 4 feet of a double over like a log. And he sucked at mountain biking at this point in time. Like he was so bad. And he tries to like hop over this log and cartwheels himself and he like hurt his shoulder. And it was probably, I mean, I bet it was a 1.5 mile walk back to his house, but he just left his bike there, walked out of the woods and walked all the way home. And I remember Brandon saying something. He saw him walking down the road in a cycling kit. And he's like, I didn't know what was happening. I was so confused on everything. And Zach was like, he left his mountain bike in the wood for like a couple days, like never went and got it.
That's such a.
And I told Bodie to ask him that story. I don't know if he ever did, but
yeah,
that's a good story for how much that guy loves cycling.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, fair enough. So the boys made it back today. They travel on a different day than we do. We fly out. Well, I guess you probably flew out Sunday morning. I read out home.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna red eye this weekend.
They worked all day Sunday building bikes for next weekend. They red-eyed home Sunday night, so they didn't get home till this morning. And that's the nice part about racing out west and living on the east is we can red-eye home. Or like on an East Coast race, this whole new schedule thing has a lot of perks. I don't know how you feel about it, Dave.
Yeah.
This whole starting at 4 p.m. thing.
Yeah.
I got to get charged.
I don't know. I don't love it for, the aspect of like the aesthetic at the actual race.
Yeah.
But dude, getting home so much earlier, being able to leave so much earlier is next level.
And not only that, dude, it's going to save us a night in a hotel as well.
Oh, dude. Tell me about it. I'm red-eyeing home.
How great that
is.
The
first three rounds, I'm red-eyeing home just because flights are so expensive. Yes. Hotels are stupid expensive.
Yep.
And I'm just like, screw it, man. I'll sleep I'll sleep. And you want to know what the worst part is, dude? This weekend, I fucking fly home, right? Fly out at 11:59 p.m. Sunday night. Land in Florida. Mm-hmm. Flight gets delayed 5 hours.
Oh, no.
5 hours, dude. I didn't get home until like 4.
Florida?
Yeah, my layover was in Florida. My flight path this weekend was next level stupid.
Where did you land?
No way.
I flew from LA to Fort Lauderdale.
Oh.
To Raleigh.
Dude.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know
how much was that?
It was pretty cheap. It was like $200.
Round trip.
Yeah.
Ooh.
On what?
It was pretty cheap.
I think it was
Frontier.
I don't want to say. I don't want to say.
Seattle to Georgia to like Wisconsin or something. It was absolutely horrendous.
Yeah, I've been in that boat before. So,
all right, Jack. What airline was it?
It was Spirit, Jack. It was Spirit. Okay. It was Spirit,
buddy. Come on.
It was cheap. I booked it late. The American flight was like $700.
The American flights always get delayed, though.
No, not out of Charlotte. They really don't. I think it's because it's we have a big hub.
Yeah, true.
But honestly, like Charlotte's really good for American. I don't know why. I see other people complain about it all the time, but like honestly, it's great. I love American. Although now their basic economy tickets don't count for miles, and I'm basically just gonna. I think I'm gonna switch airlines.
I'm a Delta guy.
Yeah. Well, it's not a hub here, and Delta flights are always stupid expensive. So
Yeah, but not if you book them in advance. They're like, okay, yeah, they're still like $300 round trip, $400 round trip versus getting a $70, $80 round trip if you're flying Spirit. But
you're out of Orlando, which has a Delta hub.
We don't Orlando and Tampa.
Yeah, neither one of like Charlotte has like maybe 10 Delta flights.
Yeah, no, I've got 4 flights to choose from LAX, 4 flights to choose from San Diego. San Diego, I have a stop, but it's still was only like $300 or $400 round trip. It was $386 round trip to LAX this past weekend, which I need to book again for A2, but
so all right, well we'll let you go. I know it's getting late. Appreciate your time, and
thanks for having me on.
Hopefully our audio is better so more people will listen. Our audio last week sucked. It was frustrating. I don't know if you were in the shop when the guys were listening to it.
It's growing pains.
No, I didn't.
But we were catching some strays, from the guys because our audio we had some issues. So
yeah.
And as you can tell from the start of this podcast, it obviously didn't get much better.
Well, it sounds good in here right now. So
yeah, Dave's mic didn't work for shit when we started.
Which is
all right, Jack. Well, I'll see you this weekend. Thanks for your time.
All right.
And
Thanks,
I'll talk to you later.
Brother.
Thanks, man. Thanks, guys.
Sick to get Jack on, dude, and kind of run through some scenario because I was wondering like what happened to him because he didn't look like what we were talking about a couple episodes ago.
Bro, how sick are you right now?
Crazy sick, insanely sick.
I'm sorry. You look tired. You look tired. I can tell you don't feel good. Yeah,
buddy, I have honestly this past fall or like winter, I have never been so sick in my life, dude. Like low energy, always coughing, dude. Like I'm sorry. Never been so sick. Don't have a kid. They're great. Love them. I love her. She's amazing. Oh my gosh, they will get you sick, dude.
Oh yeah. Oh, I flew to Ohio to see some family, in not even a long weekend. I flew there on Friday. I flew back on Sunday.
Yep.
And of course, I was with my nieces. Got me super sick, and I swear to God, I was sick for 2.5 weeks.
It's a different kind of sick. I got cocky because I'm like, dude, we travel every weekend. We're always meeting people, shaking hands at the races, blah blah blah, and there's nothing like a kid getting you sick, dude. You can't prepare for that. No matter what you do. Sucks. All the emergency, all the zinc, you're done. So it's crazy. But dude, really, really quick. I think I don't know if did I talk to you this morning where I know the race didn't go as you wanted it to, but there's a handful of guys, and I mentioned like you and Moran's, like you guys are able to every single year. I don't know how, and as a mere mortal who just rides for fun, it pisses me off. You guys are able to get faster and faster consistently every year and up the ante. And I know it didn't go the way you wanted it to, but like AJ and I were even talking, saying, if you put Cade, took him and put him whatever gear, whatever bike, whatever, on any other like factory ride, and you put him in put him in 12th, 15th, whatever, Cade would look like he belongs on that ride, on that team. Like the way that you were riding, the confidence, the racecraft, it looks so solid. So for what it's worth, you look like you improved over last year, which is improving over the year before that, and so on and so forth. So I'm stoked to see that. Are there any key takeaways for this upcoming weekend that you're going to
I felt like dog shit this weekend, to be honest. I felt really good in the first practice. Second practice, the track was so awful. Did you watch the live stream? Did you watch practice?
Watched that.
Did you see the tough blocks flying all over the track during practice?
Yes. What was that?
It was the windiest race day I've ever been a part of. That's why it was so dry in practice. So like second practice, I literally just rode around. Like I did one lap that was a second slower than my first session.
Oh jeez.
and I was just like, I'm just going to kind of survive. I just watched Jack crash.
Mhm.
And I was like, I'm just going to do my laps and not do anything stupid.
Yeah.
And then the night show came around, dude, and the track was sick. Honestly, this track was so fun to ride. It was
It
well
looked real
built.
flowy. Yeah.
It was. It was fun. It was flowy. That rhythm before the whoops kind of sucked just because there was no options. We were all just doing the same shit.
Were
But
the
like,
transitions pretty narrow? Like you're landing to take off that distance? Was
well,
that
we were
narrow?
landing on a lot of 5-footers and then taking off on 3-footers. So like when
Gotcha.
you watch guys get that weird little like endo, like Christian Craig's crash,
Yep.
somebody in the main event had a moment.
Mhm.
Maybe it was Chase on the other rhythm before the triple that Barsha crashed on.
Yeah.
That one too, like you didn't get any pop off of it. So yeah, I am making a significant bike change on Wednesday.
Really?
Yeah. I'm going up a whole spring rate on my whole bike. Our suspension guy didn't want me to do it before the season, and he wanted to just do it with the valving. And I was like, okay. And I could ride it at the practice track, and I was having feelings of discomfort at times, but I didn't know if that was practice track speed and like was I gonna feel that at the races? And I got to the race, and right away I knew it, and I was like, we're too soft, and we're not sprung high enough. And I
You
said
feel
it
like
to
you're going
him.
through the stroke a little easier than you want to? Is that what it is?
Yeah, so I'm getting through the stroke way too fast, and it's getting to the bottom. It doesn't have the holdup that I want.
Gotcha.
And we've basically made the valving really stiff. And the problem is if I make the adjusters stiffer, it makes it way too rigid at the top. So then I can't ride it when the track gets rough. So really what I want to do is I want to go up a spring rate so that way it rides higher and it almost has like a more free feel at the top.
A little bit more plush for
It should hopefully almost make it feel softer at the top
Yep.
because it's gonna be able to sit higher.
Mhm.
And then I can come out a little bit on the compression to actually make it softer too, because the spring rate's going to make it feel stiffer too.
Mhm.
So, and then I can relax the valving, not make it work so hard, and hopefully I'm going to get more of a feeling that I like, because I'm having an issue where if I hit a jump, sorry, I moved too far away from my mic.
No, you're good.
If I hit a jump and I land deep in the pocket,
Yep.
or if there's like a rut or like a little bit of a G out, it bottoms my fork out. And then it's when that happens, it doesn't just like bottom out, hit a hard spot, and then come right back up. The pockets are so deep and long, it stays down, but your suspension has nowhere to go. So your bike is deflecting in a direction. So it wants to go left, it wants to go right to get rid of that inertia. So like a lot of times when you see guys like doing rhythms and they're going side to side, it's because their suspension is bottoming out and then it's forcing them in a different direction.
Gotcha.
So I'm trying to change that.
Yeah. So we constantly keep seeing things like, oh, they're not letting this top rider, this top factory rider insert their name, right? Because it's all of them. They're not letting this guy change his suspension or do what he wants to do. How much liberty do you have to do that to your bike? Do you have full discretion to pretty much pick whatever setting you want, and do they hop in line with what you request every time?
I mean, I don't get to choose the setting per se. Like Matt, like if I say, hey, I tell Matt what I'm feeling, and then he changes it based on that and his professional opinion, right? And I trust Matt a lot. And that's why, like, before the season, I was like, look, I'm going to listen to you. Like, you've worked with Kenny, you worked with Craig and Savachi, you worked with all those guys. Like, you're fucking plenty smart.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I've ridden Supercross for 10 years, 12 years, something like that. I don't fucking know. And I know what I want. And when I talked to him after the race, he's like, okay, I think I'm starting to understand how you want your motorcycle. And that takes time, right? Like I've only worked with Matt since the end of October.
Mm-hmm.
So And I haven't, it's not like I spent the whole off season in Florida with him and we had endless days and stuff like that. And the hardest part is you don't know how your bike's going to work on a racetrack, right? We ride these practice tracks that we ride every day and go super fast on them. And, you know, the track gets beat in, you know where the groove is. So it's hard. Like the best part for me is I get to ride at club, but I do all my testing somewhere else. So like I don't have that like too stiff feeling because when I go to Florida, I'm on a track that I'm uncomfortable with. So that's why I feel like I should have trusted my gut when I was in Florida.
Yeah.
But I trusted the guys. And that's fine. I'm not mad at them. I don't give a shit. It's totally fine. I rode the bike just fine at A1. I rode good.
Yeah.
I just know I can be better. And that's the goal is to get, you know, better every 1% every weekend, 5%, whatever. Like just be better.
Yeah. And yeah, a lot of this you don't really, like you said, you don't know until you ride tracks that you're just not comfortable with, right? So
yeah. And I'm personally trying because I know I piss Julian off all the time. Sometimes he thinks I'm complaining, but I'm really just like trying to talk about my feelings and like how I feel on the bike and stuff like that. Like not like, oh, I'm sad, oh, I'm happy, but like my feeling of like what I'm feeling on the motorcycle and how I can improve it.
Yeah.
And it's tough because sometimes I feel like people take it as like I'm complaining about the bike when I'm really just talking about it. But I'm really trying to improve myself while slightly working on the bike, but figuring out like what, you know, what comes with what, right? Like, is it me? Is it the bike? Like, I'm not perfect all the time because I'm like, and I change more than the bike changes. Like, I could get on the bike on one track and love it, and get on the same bike on another track and hate it. But also, something that I did could be different too. Know what I mean?
Makes sense. Yeah, 100% makes sense.
So it's a grind, but we're gonna get after it this week and make some changes and see what we can do.
Gotcha. I love when we talked about last week with Craig was like I think we went over kind of the nerves of A1 and stuff like that. Did it feel the same for you at A1? Do you still feel the same nerves, the same excitement, or was this a little bit different?
I don't get nerves like I'm nervous to race. I was straight up, I was honestly the most nervous because I didn't know where my speed was at. I've kind of felt slow the whole off season.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, dude, it's painful to ride with Chase in Florida because I'm 6 seconds a lap slower than him at Jack's. Like it is painful to just watch him ride. And I am like, I don't know what else to do. Like I'm trying my hardest. I can't go as fast as long as I want to. And he's like riding around blind, going faster than I am. He could close his damn eyes and still go faster than me.
What do you attribute that to? Because like you have so much seat time. Jack has so much seat time. All these guys have so much seat time. What do you attribute that to? That like that difference in speed, that delta in between you and someone like Chase. What is it? What is the thing, you know?
Well, dude, honestly, like if you watch Chase this weekend, it was fun to watch him in practice because I literally think he was just riding around the first session.
Yeah.
And then I finally saw him give it gas in the second session. And I was like, there it is. And he's a half a second faster than everybody. But like, and I think it's unachievable to go that fast all the time, but that's how he rides during the week. And dude, he has so much roll speed. There's never like a notch or like a little like, cut down. Like if he does that shit, dude, his dad loses his mind. And he's like, what do you like? Yeah, dude, it was epic. Watch it, listening to his dad yell at Chase like he was a 50 rider. It was great.
Oh gosh. Humble these guys a little bit, huh?
Yeah. Kier, put him in his place, bro. But it's fun to watch because like that's why Chase is great because he's got someone in his corner that every little detail needs to be perfect. And so it's tough. And honestly, like I wish I had someone with me at the track every day that would care as much as Kier does because it's next level. But yeah, it's a lot of roll speed, to be honest. Like that's all you can attribute it to.
Wow.
You know, is just how fast they go through every obstacle. Like when you watch Chase, like he goes through the face and his bike instantly is like this, and that's because he pushed through the face and he just got so much forward momentum. So yeah, whatever.
Wow. Yeah, I'm excited to come down and watch all you boys ride and do some cool stuff with the team. Yeah, it's going to be good. But I'm looking forward to this weekend. I know you are. I know the team is. It's cool that we have so many new faces on the team. It's super cool that we're starting to get the relationships going between Jack and his guy. I know you and Steven know each other. Steven's super tenured on the team, but it's cool to have like a little bit of a change, a little bit of a fresh air, and I'm looking forward to it. Morale good around the team with between Craig and Julian. Everybody happy? Everyone's thumbs up around kickoff for the 26 season.
Honestly, this is probably the most fun group of dudes we've had. All the mechanics are kind of getting along pretty well.
Awesome.
It seems like they're having fun. I think that's the most important part because they spend the most time together, right? Like my relationship with Jack's mechanic doesn't really matter because I don't really I talk to him because we're friends and I'm friends with all the guys. But like if I didn't like Jack's mechanic, I would just not be around him. But like all the mechanics need to get along. Even the riders, like if we don't get along, like it's not a big deal because we don't really spend that much time together. But like we all get along. The only awkward thing is Bourdon. Oh yeah, dude, Bourdon. Team signed Bourdon. We didn't talk about that. Yeah. They brought in a Frenchie. Julian couldn't do it. He's like, I can't do it. I gotta have someone French on the team. Every year. Whether it's a mechanic or rider, there has to be one French person.
Yeah, because your guy at Salt Lake, right?
Like Freddie.
I think he taught me. No, not Freddie. You had one last year at Salt Lake. Was his name Freddie too?
Oh no, Frank.
There we go. Yeah, dude, he was teaching me a couple of French words and stuff too. So that was super fun. But yeah, there's always has to be at least some sort of representation here. A couple tabernacles around the pit area,
around the pit. Yeah, no, I get
so
it.
That's sick.
All right, well let's wrap this thing up. It's time for bed.
Let's go. It's time for bed. Thank you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Make sure you check out Partzilla.com, guys. If you're looking for OEM parts or accessories, that's the place to do it. Not only are they awesome, their customer service is great. Their experts know exactly what you need. They hooked your boy up with a lot of questions because I got a bunch of questions for him, and they get me the right parts that I need, even when I don't know what I need myself. And of course, they sponsor amazing teams like the PRMX Kawasaki squad, featuring that guy right there. So support the people who support the sport. Partzilla.com. Check them out. You won't be sorry. The collective experience is your ticket into the industry. If you want to hang out with guys like Cade, Clason, have some fun with everybody else, and Cade, Clason, and have fun with everybody else. He does clear jumps. I will say that. Make sure that you guys check us out, thecollectivexp.com. We have so many spots open right now. They're filling up though, and please come be an intern on the team. You never know where it takes you. Look at Cade's mechanic. He did our program, and boom, he's working with some of the top racers in the world. Make sure that you guys check out our programs at thecollectivexp.com. And we are going to be doing this just about every single week for the 2026 Supercross season. It's already kicked off with a bang, and I'm excited, and I know you are, to see how this season shakes out. Cade, until next time.
Oh, and next time, Mitchell. We're doing Mitchell.
Boom. There we go.
He was actually supposed to do this one.
Really wants to hear from.
Yeah. So he was going to do this one, but then he flew home late, and I was like, Jack, you're filling in. So we're going to do Mitchell next week, and then we'll do a mechanic. Awesome. We'll do a mechanic after that. We'll do that.
And we'll plug him.
When you have complaints, send them to Dave. You got questions for Mitchell, send them to me. Till next week, Dave Lee.
Till next week. See you guys.